In this video, we're going to explore how we can use Microsoft Excel to calculate probabilities relating to the normal distribution. To illustrate this, let's use an example relating to height. Let's suppose that you know that the distribution of male heights in the population is distributed normally with population average equal to 175 centimetres and variance equal to 100 centimetres. Now, let's suppose that we want to calculate the probability of randomly observing an individual from this population who has height less than 160 centimetres. Now, before we go any further, I've written this as the probability that height is less than 160 centimetres, but actually, because height is a continuous random variable, this is equivalent to saying that height is less than or equal to 160 centimetres. Now, what we've got here is a diagram representing the distribution of height in the population, and we can represent our probability on this diagram. The probability of randomly observing someone with height less than or equal to 160 centimetres is just going to be the same as the area bounded by 160 centimetres in our diagram. So this area is just the same as the probability of randomly observing an individual whose height is less than or equal to 160 centimetres. The easiest way of calculating this probability in Microsoft Excel is using the formula equal norm dot dist. Now, this formula can calculate the probability relating to any type of normally distributed variable. So if we want to find the probability of being less than or equal to some value x, let's say, what we would do is we would include the value x that we want to know the probability relating to. Then we would need to specify the expectation and the standard deviation of the normally distributed variable. So we could have the expectation of the random variable, which we represent as the e of x, and the standard deviation of that random variable. And then to calculate the probability of being less than or equal to, we would then use true, which would indicate that we're looking at a cumulative probability density. If we used false, what this would give us is a probability density function at a single point. So for this example, the value of x, the little x that we're looking at, is going to be 160. So we can write this as equal norm dot dist. We're looking for the probability of being less than or equal to 160. The expectation of our random variable is 175. The standard deviation, remember we're inputting the standard deviation here, not the variance. This is an anomaly with Excel that it specifies the normal distribution in terms of its standard deviation. The standard deviation is just the square root of the variance. The variance here is 100, so the square root of 100 is just 10, and then we include true to specify that we're looking for a cumulative probability density function. Now let's see how this works in Microsoft Excel. We're going to use the formula that we've just specified, equals norm dot dist. We want to find the probability that the height is less than or equal to 160, so we specify 160. The mean that we're looking at, the average height within the population, is specified as 175 centimetres, and the standard deviation, remember that's the square root of the variance, was defined as 10. And the final bit, the cumulative, this is saying we want the cumulative probability. We say that's true, and that gives us a probability equal to 0.066807. So this shaded area is equal to that probability of 0.066807. So we've seen that Excel can take us directly to a probability, but it's sometimes easier to think about this in terms of standardized normally distributed variables. So how would we approach this if we wanted to use a standardized normal distribution instead of just directly using the equals norm.dist formula? Well, we've got our normally distributed variable here, and let's rewrite this. So instead of using height, we'll use x, simply to make the notation a bit easier. So we've got the x as a random variable that's normally distributed with expectation 175 and variance equal to 100. And we want to find the probability of randomly observing an observation of x less than or equal to 160. Now, when we're standardizing, we essentially know that there is a standard normal variable z, which is distributed normally with expectation 0 and variance 1. And what we do when we use a standardized variable, we essentially look for a value of little z, which is equivalent to 160 in our height random variable. Now, how do we get to that? Well, the way that we can convert 160 and x into a standard normal is that we subtract the expected value and we divide through by the standard deviation of the random variable x. So we can say that little z, this value here, which is equivalent to 160, is going to be equal to the observed 160 minus the expected value of x. The expected value is 175, that's the population average, and we divide through by the standard deviation of x, or the square root of the variance of x, which is the same as the square root of 100, and this gives a z equal to minus 1.5. So we can say that the probability that x is less than or equal to 160 is the same as the probability that a standard normal is less than or equal to minus 1.5. Now, once again, Excel can calculate this probability for us. If we want to use a standard normal distribution, we can use just the formula equals norm.s dist. The S indicates that it's a standard normal distribution with expectation 0 and variance 1. We can specify the value below which we want to find the probability, minus 1.5, and again, comma, true, indicating that we've got a cumulative probability density function, and that will calculate our probability. So we can calculate our probability using the norm.s.dist formula, and we're specifying the probability of being less than or equal to minus 1.5, and then comma true indicates that it's a cumulative density function. We get a probability equal to 0.066807, which reassuringly is exactly the same value as we had before.